That's Plantronics. Fucker's 4 years old. It's got
Are
a fully charged battery. No guarantees, man.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, good. We are live. All right. In the year 2011, the Green Bay Packers and Pittsburgh Steelers were headed to Super Bowl 45. The price of gas was $3.33 a gallon. Rolling in the Deep by Adele was the biggest Billboard charting song. The King's Speech would upset the Social Network to win the Best Picture Oscar. Osama bin Laden was killed. Charlene was winning. You know who won in 2011? Our guest to take us back to that dark time of YouTube. Walk down memory lane. Here he is, TORP.
Well. I gotta let somebody know that we're here.
Go ahead.
Blah, 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 blah. I think I got it right. There we go.
The fuck are you doing?
Calling an old friend. Gonna get her in the room. Well, she's gonna watch it.
Shay? She can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, she don't over here. She told me to, motherfucker, is anything gonna goddamn work tonight?
Not to mention the fact that it took us about 30 minutes to get to this fucking broadcast.
Yeah, my bad.
Another deal. This
you can probably hear this in the background. Hold on.
Yeah, we can hear it in the background.
We're under a minute. We're good.
Tell Shay I apologize for kicking her out of the Reneto's funeral.
Hey, Shay. We're live. Just go check it out. It's at Cardardention. He's live.
Oh, you're gonna have to send me a link.
For serious, all you gotta do is punch it up on Google.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
If you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, it should be in your subscription box.
How do you spell it?
For serious? All right. CARDADER. All right.
DENTION.
Oh fuck.
DEN.
All right, she found it.
Okay.
Did you find the show?
It should be live.
All right, you got it?
Yeah.
All right, she got it.
All right, let's get this started.
Yep, she's stoked. I can feel it.
You ready? You ready to go walk down memory lane?
All right, say bye. All right.
We already mentioned the start of the year, the first big thing that happened in 2011. Jim Riley becomes a part-time YouTuber and disappears for the rest of the year. Following his year in 2010, where he was part of that team you were opposite against, he was a big part of that year. And then in 2011, he was not involved in anything at all. What do you think about him taking that year off?
How the fuck did Jim Riley become a part of this discussion?
This is the year 2011. We're gonna everything's domino effect. It builds up.
I thought he got on drugs in 2011, his fake drug fix, and then he fucking disappeared because he got pissed off that me and I Love to Dance called him out on it, and he fucking ran like crying.
That was 2010.
Forgive me for 11 months. Jesus.
Anyway, that was the first big event. I'm just letting everybody know. Network of Dave announced that the Lulls are dead. You already gave your thoughts. You agreed. Along with Jim Riley retiring, the Eggs retired. Another big event that happened was David's Farm Doc passed away. I mean, not David's Farm Doc got suspended. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, again, what the fuck does this got to do with me?
Okay, we're getting there. So those are the first big events that happened in 2011. Are you ready for the deep stuff? Are you ready?
Do it. Do your thing.
TORP's father passed away. TORP lashes out on his haters and on Real Man on YouTube.
I said what?
TORP's father passes away. TORP then lashes out on his haters and on Real Man on YouTube. This is after your father passed away and you were obviously grieving. Then you made a few videos, I don't know if you remember, where you were yelling at the YouTubers. The kind of hate was just kind of getting to you at that point, especially with YouTube and a personal life getting mixed in with each other.
Let's clear one thing up.
That's what we're here for.
There's hate, and there's Casey Nunez.
Okay.
Casey Nunez ain't hate. He's a drama whore. I had to deal with a drama whore when my dad passed away. Does that make sense to anybody but me?
Right, and we're definitely gonna get deeper into that. This is just the very beginning of it. About what was your initial? I mean, taking YouTube aside, when you made that video, the Torp's father video, what was the whole? Well, it's become infamous on YouTube. But did you think anything of it when you were doing it?
Yeah, thought a lot of it. I thought maybe a few people with a fucking brain might appreciate the fact that I was sharing a very deep and very sensual part of my life with them, which was my father passing away. Everybody's talking about content, and all of a sudden I put it up. I'm the fucking bad guy because Casey all of a sudden wants to portray me as fucking my dead father. I was like, well, what the fuck have you done in the last 8 years that made any fucking sense? So yeah, I caught hell over that. Even when the Kid Blood won and Napalm gave me respects. They gave respects. They won't admit it to this day, but they gave respects. Shay was there. She saw it.
Okay. So
you saw it, and I saw that you had a little bit of fun with it yourself. I saw that.
Me? But, I can't remember.
Yeah, Princess Diana dies, and everybody loves the fact that it was shared all over the internet, all over TV. There were TV specials, 60 Minutes, the whole fucking nine. Mm-hmm. I put up a 45-second video of me showing respects to my father, and one man has to come out and say, you're tongue fucking your father, you're kissing your father, you're making out with the corpse, and I'm the fucking bad guy.
Right.
I never mentioned that motherfucker in that video. How am I writing his coattails to get views? Never did, never will. Don't have to. Never did. Right. Never did.
Now, what was your initial thoughts after that video was up and everybody's reactions to it?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I was a bit of a douchebag on that one. I should have left it up. I learned one thing from the unknown man, the unknown name, the man that has no name. When you have something up you feel good about, you should leave it up, even knowing that a guy from fucking Louisiana hates. Mm-hmm. That's when you become owned. Leave your shit up. Leave your shit up. If you don't like it, take it down. But just because this douchebag from Louisiana don't like it, New Orleans don't like it, doesn't mean it has to go down. That's right. When they win. My father's video was clean, it was pretty, and it was careful. There wasn't no hate in that video. It got hated because he made it hateful.
Right.
Period. End of story. And you had fun with it too, so don't get too glorious on yourself there, Mr. Chum Chum.
Oh, I did have fun with it.
Don't get too chum chum. Oh, it's all good. Don't get too chum chum. Don't get too chum chum.
I rode those coattails for views.
Well, it didn't get no views. That's why I didn't get it. It didn't get no views. Nobody likes to ride the coattails of a man.
You want me to be honest? You privated the video before it got all the views it could have gotten.
I ain't gonna lie, that's probably true. The problem is that I had a few people bring that channel down. But just like Casey did. I am gonna bring up his name. Casey had his channel removed as well. And do you know why? Because this beloved man, everybody loves him. He is so loved. He is so right. He is so correct. He is such the fucking legend of YouTube. He got brought down. You think that TORP himself, all by himself, the man, just one guy sitting behind a computer could have brought Casey down all by himself? If Casey believes that to this day, he is dumber than Renato.
Okay. By the way, the legacy of that video, it did win worst video in the 2011 YouTube Awards.
Yeah, you know what I love about that?
What?
That video may have won worst video, but when a grown damn man of plus 50 makes videos of 15 and 16-year-olds and calls black people the N-word, and that don't make worst video of the year, that tells me the laws were dead way before Dave the Writer said they were.
Okay. Well, moving on. After your video is uploaded, your father's guest book obituary gets hacked and just becomes a total fucking mess.
Yeah. Slimetron 5000 started that whole fucking mess. Some motherfucker over in Australia started that whole fucking mess. The Wiz Lives got in that shit, and me and him were still battling. Slimetron sent him the fucking link. Next thing I know, I'm blaming Cameo Collections for making a fucking YouTube channel called Torp's Dead Dead. To this day, I don't know who made it, and it don't matter who did. The bottom line is this. It got made. I'm the bad guy, though. Me. I'm the bad guy.
You were accused of, according to Casey Nunez himself, you sabotaged your father's own guest book.
Yeah, yeah. This is what he's going to say. What else is he going to say? Does he got anything else, or is that it?
How do you think this mix-up of communication of all this shit happened, that he got it, that you attacked your own father's guest book? Like, how did that... You think it was the trolls? Was the little bird in his ears?
Yeah, goddamn right it was the trolls.
Because that seems to be the problem between you two from an outsider looking in, because you guys are pretty firm. It seems like you're a big personality. It's sort of the United States, Russia, you have all the shithead countries in between. You had all the trolls come in and just totally break it off, you know, the year prior, and then this didn't help at all.
Let me ask you a question, Card. Are you ready?
Yeah.
If I had not posted that video, what, if anything, would Casey be upset about today?
Messi Maya.
Thank you. And why is that?
There's a lot of reasons, and I don't want to talk for Casey. Like, I'm not going to say, but from my perspective, it seemed like you guys were on great terms in 2010, and then when the Messi Maya stuff happened, he got really pissed off at you because he felt that you were piggybacking him for views.
You know what I'm doing with my finger right now? This is the musical note.
Mm-hmm. What's that mean?
That's the musical note. That means la, 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 la. He didn't get pissed off until somebody put up a Burger Time 5000 fucking channel.
Oh, I fucking hated the trolls. The Burger King, the chicken, the fast food trolls.
If I finish, it'll make sense.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah.
Burger Time 5000, almost 5 years ago, somebody put Messi Maya's fucking photo up and put Casey talking about black people in the derogatory N-word fashion for a whole 5 minutes plus. And unbeknownst to me, he calls me up on the phone and says, take that video down. I was like, what video? I saw it finally. We got plenty of trolls here. You ain't got to look too long. And it was all about Casey being a racist. Casey cannot play games with me. I know why he's upset, because he thinks I made that fucking channel. He thinks I made that video. That's why I lost respect for Casey, because he doesn't understand how trolls work, but yet he's a legend of YouTube, not understanding trolls. Mm-hmm. I paid the price, and it could have been you, Card. For all I know, it was you.
No,
I ain't saying it was, but it could have been. It could have been. It could have been Shay. It could have been fucking Cameo. It could have been any fucking buddy. That was the problem with that day. Casey automatically believed right off the bat what he heard. So if anybody was writing anybody's coattails, it was Casey.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to believe it's TORP because I want to, not because he had a fucking fact in it. No fact in it. He just wanted to. For all I know, he made the fucking thing.
All right. Now, I'm going to read a few other things in between that's happened in that year, 2011, some interesting things, some big things. I want you, if you hear something, give your thoughts on it. I'm just going to read a few. Whoa, my camera went. Just give your thoughts on it, all right? Let's see. Real Man's House. Remember that? Card Intervention, myself, posts Bang Callahan's phone number on Craigslist. Kid Blood uploads a video of Real Man eating his boogers on Blog TV. None of these ring a bell to you or any substance of the year early 2011? Do you see the narrative? Do you see the narrative here? I was hoping you'd see
I see the narrative, and the narrative is exactly what fucked it up.
The narrative here was the dark time you were going through, if you let me finish, the dark shit that you were going through, and then everybody else was having fun doing bullshit on YouTube while you were taking the brunt of it, if you will.
What the fuck else was I going to take? Everybody was fucking nailing me at the time. I was the target. As Dallas would put it, I was an easy target.
Right.
That doesn't make it the right target. It was just the easy target. Doesn't make it right.
Well, here's another one. Trashy Zero uploads a video of coke of TORP snorting quote, white substance.
I still think Trashier Zero's in North Carolina. Enough said.
Wow, that's a big accusation. There's a few people that lived in North Carolina.
You got that right.
So you're just narrowing it down to those 3 or 4 that was active at the time.
Let me ask you a question then. If Trashier Zero wasn't in North Carolina, why in the fuck was it that he loved Real Man and not me?
But him and Real Man got into it.
No, bullshit. That was lols.
I don't know. I tried to avoid Trashy Zero.
As fucking Boston Chickie would say, that was garbage.
So what do you think about that video of him snorting a white substance? Do you remember this?
Who, Casey or Trashy?
Trashy. He uploaded a video of you taken off of a Uvu show, snorting a white substance. Could have been sweet.
I heard about that. I ain't gonna lie, Card. I heard about that. I never saw it. There was a lot of shit that they said they saw that never showed up.
Well, I saw the video. It was on you. It was in that. It wasn't in that room. It seemed like it was in your garage, and it was in the dark. But I only seen it once because it was up for like a minute. Yeah.
All right. Let's say, for example, let's say I was snorting up some white shit in my garage.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever seen Casey eat his penis?
I have.
Why in the fuck is me doing something in my garage with white snow a fucking point?
It was snow. It wasn't snow.
What the fuck? I don't know. It wasn't me. How the fuck would I know what it was?
It's all
I
right.
ate dog food once, have a bowl. You know, that's what I did.
Then we
But I catch more hell than Casey does. I catch more hell than Real Man does. I catch more hell than Kill Blood 1 does.
Yeah.
And you know why that is?
Why?
Take one guess. Because if it wasn't for a motherfucking middle-class guy like me, these guys would have no life unless they came down on me. Because each one of these guys is doing the same fucking thing. 18 views with Renetto in the room. 2 weeks ago, boom, that just happened.
That was a fun show.
Yeah, it was a fun show for 18 people.
This one has 1 people.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take that one person.
Hi, Shay. Let's see. Then we move on to Casey Nunez. Makes a video with Real Man claiming he has contacted TORP's family.
Yeah, I remember that one. That one was funny as fuck.
Was any of that true? He said he talked to your sister, and then that he said that your father never liked you and that you never took care of your father and stuff like that. The video is still up, by the way.
Yeah, no, I saw it. That's why it's still up. If it was wrong, if it was actually real, I'd have fucking flagged it down. It was so stupid I left it up. The reason being was that was my fucking stepmother's cunt daughter. Yeah, we don't like each other. Big surprise.
Right.
She wanted my dad's fucking money. Casey was right. That sister, she can go fuck herself. That was my stepsister. What a bitch. What a bitch. I want the money, crack whore.
So when
I got 3 sisters, Card. I got 3 sisters. 3 real sisters. You ain't seen none of them talking to him.
So when you saw that video of him saying, and then he said her name, were you just like, that fucking bitch?
No, I expected it. That's why I didn't flag it down. I could get 2 shits about that one. I told him that about day 1. Shane knew about that. Her name is, what the fuck was her name? I don't know. Fucking ever since my dad died, I left that whole fucking side, man. Angel. Her name was Angel. Yeah. Yeah. He got a real interview on that one. What a legend he was. Oh my God. Angel. Yeah. Look her up. He's still got her phone number. Give her a call. Tell her I said hi. What a cunt.
So that's all you have to say about that one, huh?
Not my sister, brother. Not my sister.
Not your blood.
No, fuck no, dude. She wants some cash. Like Casey does. He plays game for cash, so did she.
Let's see. Joe Cool. You know Joe Cool. He's still on here, right? You and Joe Cool had your problems last year. But Joe Cool fake hacks the Runnermouth account. Joe then quickly admits it was lulz and bails. This leads to Dallas leaving the community for the rest of the year. So we're starting to see a pattern. All the big timers from the so far. Do you see a pattern here?
I'm not allowed to talk about Joe Cool. I pissed him off so bad. He told me that if I ever brought up his name again, he was going to destroy my family. So I'm just going to let him go. I made him that mad. I made him that mad. I made him that mad. He got that pissed off. He got that butthurt. He told me I'm not allowed to speak his name. So
let's talk about Dallas leaving instead in 2011. Was this a pattern? You had Riley, you had the Eggs, you had Dallas leaving. Was this a pattern of everybody just bailing because they saw that 2011 was going down a route?
I'm still shocked about Dallas leaving, to be honest with you, because I thought him and Casey was BFFs.
Oh,
that shocked me. It did. But that's what Casey does. So
that was all because of that show you made the video to this earlier this year. Remember you made that video about it was me and Dallas, a secret show, and that's where all that shit started. But we can talk about that later.
I know what you're talking about. It was the fucking oh god damn it.
Where Dallas was a silhouette because he was in the dark.
Yeah, but here's my problem. If I was such a douchebag, if I was such a fucking unreliable cunt sucking fuck, why in the fuck does Casey get two shits about me?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Moving on. Let's see. Dark Side Dirk starts his Coffee Talk series. Dark Side Dirk is I don't know if he's still doing his crack binge or not, but this is back when he was still active. Daniel Borden and Stallota make their community. You had some interesting back and forth with Daniel Borden especially. What's your take on that when he arrived into the community? The DVV, as he calls himself. Well, my thought on Daniel Borden still stays the same as it was back then. They made him out to be a pedophile. They made me out to be a pedophile. You can't believe nothing you see on fucking YouTube. I backed the man. He didn't back me back. I ain't talked to him since. Case closed.
All right. Trashiest Zero, Shayna, and Shady Crusader formed the Trash Can Alliance. I know you're just waiting to talk about this because this was a controversy. This may have been more controversial than your controversy that year because of all the stuff that happened. That
was rough. I ain't gonna lie, that was rough. That was rough because one of my best friends on YouTube or on the internet, and I actually talked to her in real life. Mm-hmm. She turned on me. But I don't think she had a choice, and I know what that's like. I know exactly what that's like. It's like when Casey threatens my family. It's like when Jeffrey T. Rowe threatens my family. You got to make choices, man. I mean, it goes out of YouTube, and then you have to make a choice. So I had to make a choice that year. And Shay was out. I had no choice.
So you were really, no pun intended, the lone wolf that year. You had no more team.
Well, you saw me leave, didn't you?
But you're always floating. You're like the clown in it. You're always floating around. You're just waiting.
Well, actually, I'm not waiting. I'm defending.
Well, that too. So that was a rough period of time. But let's see. We have. Oh, how about this one? Speaking about another person leaving the community, Mr. Wobblehead is arrested. This leads to his official retirement from the internet.
Since when? He just came back about a month ago and fucking ragged me out. I ain't talked to the man 3 years after he got out of jail.
He came back and then he doesn't come back. Dallas caught him trying to steal from his house. And Dallas beat the fuck out of him in real life.
Casey's wife caught Casey's wife. Look at me. Dallas's wife caught Casey on the internet doing some things that she did not approve of. See how respectful I am? That's how respectful I am.
I did not notice. This is breaking news.
Well, that's how respectful I am. But the thing is that other people caught the same fucking thing. Yet, I'm going to run it out there. Casey continuously drives it home that he is the psycho hurricane, that he is the fucking legend of YouTube, that he is the fucking godfather of the laws. The problem is, if it wasn't for Casey, none of us would have fucking shut down for the last 6 years. None of us. Not a one of us would have shut down.
Right.
He's like a bad virus on your computer. If it's too strong, it kills the computer. What's the fucking point? Have some fun with it. Let it roll. No, not Casey. Let's kill it all. Let's just kill it dead. That's the only way he could survive if he kills everybody. And I was his #1 target. Why is that?
I don't
Kill
know.
Torp. Get Torp out. Leave Torp out. Don't talk about Torp. Get Torp out of the room or I ain't coming in. Why do you think that is? Why?
It's a mystery to me.
It ain't a mystery to me. It ain't a mystery to anybody else either. I'm the only guy on this website that Casey is afraid of, can't take, and don't want to listen to because I'm the only one that doesn't suck his dick, kiss his ass, or tell him he's beautiful. Period. End of story. He ever fucks my family again, I will remove him from Earth. And that's not laws. He can take that one in the fucking bank.
All right.
Period. Understand? He knows where I live. I welcomed his ass with my fucking 20. Never mind. I'm getting too far. Go ahead.
Let's talk about something a little more lighthearted. The Trash Can group uploads mocked up vids of Cameo's daughter technically uploading child porn. How fucking lovely.
I didn't get to see it. Shane knows this to be a fact. I never got to see that video. I heard about it. That's what made it lawless to me. I defended Cameo once with The Wiz Lives, talking about Cameo's daughter and this sexual fucking man that was disgusting. I caught hell for it. I said I'd never do it again. I never did. So I stayed the fuck out of that. I heard about it, never saw it. I got nothing for you.
Yeah, this isn't the publicity the bottom feeder YouTube community needs, right? Especially for this time. It's like sinking lower and lower. Also around this time, Guy Ferrari, aka Craig, aka Guy Ferrari, rest in peace, makes his YouTube debut, community debut. What are your thoughts on Craig? Now he did die, from what I hear. He passed away, and you and him had some interesting back and forth, some tiffs. So, what's your thoughts on Go Gruffy at the time?
That's the easiest question you've asked me so far. This is the easiest fucking question. Me and Craig never had an issue. It was me and Dirk, me and fucking Kid Blood, and me and Real Man. Craig could never talk for himself. Case closed.
All right. All right. Also around this time, Pennywise makes his YouTube debut.
I love Pennywise. I love Pennywise. I will love Pennywise no matter what happens on YouTube from here on out.
Okay.
Pennywise, I will say this. Let me finish. Pennywise is what Casey wanted to be.
Really?
Now, I believe that 100%. I watched. That man is smart, intelligent. He was the only guy I could watch make a 2-minute video to where I wanted it to be 6 minutes.
Nice.
No, Pennywise was fucking nuts, dude. He was fucking sick. That man right there, he should have never left. It made me sick when he did. I don't give two shits what he said about anybody, and he ragged me out too. But he was the one man on this site that never took it off YouTube, kept everybody's interest, and by golly, he actually got 800 views in one fucking day because he was fun to watch. His laws were real. His content was fucking super. And he actually went beyond 2006. This man, I don't know why the fuck he left, but case closed. He is my hero.
Potential Hall of Famer. All right, let's take a break from the memory road. We're going to play a little game, Torp. Are you ready to play a game called the Hoe Bag? You ready?
I'm ready.
Here's the rules. I'm going to read you a list of names of female YouTubers. If they're cool, they're cool. If they're a dirty, rotten whore, you throw them in the hoe bag. You say whatever your thoughts are on them. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Lammy Sinclair.
Cool.
Serena JK.
Cool.
Kool-Aid Girl.
You had to bring that one up, didn't you? She was cool for half of my YouTube life. Douchebag the second half. I ain't got nothing else.
So we're throwing her in the hoe bag.
All right, whatever.
Shayna Hurdle.
You're being a dick right now. You know that, don't you? You know you're being a dick. You're being a dick because you know about the TCC. That's a dick move. But I respect it. I respect it. Here, I'm gonna put her in the cool bag because she came back. She
All
came
right.
back after the douchebag shit, so it's cool.
Yeah. Mume, rest in peace.
Douchebag,
Cat Riley.
douchebag.
Boston Chickie.
Douchebag because she follows. Douchebag.
Chris Vlogger Dog.
Cool.
And last but not least, Cameo Collections.
I heard you.
I love it. No reactions, just reactions. Okay. Good. We had about 3 or 4 of them in the hoe bag. The rest are cool. All right. Let's move on to a person who what you found on YouTube and introducing him. I Love to Rant makes his community debut.
Douchebag.
Friends with him when you first started. What happened?
He hates on people for views.
Yeah. Okay. Also around this time, the Trash Can Group are suspended.
You gonna keep on fucking harping on that because you know Shay was in it, ain't you? That's why I like the way this interview is going. That's why I wanted you to do it because you tested me. You tested me, boy. I will say it again, though. I will say it again. Shay came back after it was all said and done. We made peace. Case closed.
It was a long time coming, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was a long time. Shay made peace, though, man. I'm gonna have to. I mean, if Casey made peace today, I'd say the same thing about him. Case closed.
Well, how about we have one last thing on the Trash Can Group?
Mm-hmm.
Craig Carson is kicked out of the Trash Can Group, but later says he quit. Remember this stupid fucking controversy? What happened? Was he in it? Did he quit? Who gives a fuck, right?
I'll be honest with you. I'm still riding the fence on that one because Shay and I became friends again. I don't think he liked that. But at the same time, I do believe that Craig grew a brain and went independent.
Right.
But it was too late. It was too late for him. I think that's why he's gone. He ain't got nowhere to go.
I will say this in Craig's defense. If you notice, up until he stopped making YouTube videos, he always said, I'm never going to be in a team again, and he never did join a team again. So
exactly.
I mean,
that's why I'm saying he grew a brain.
Yeah.
He did. He grew a brain.
Casey Nunez, we mentioned a little bit at the start. In 2011, he was there in the beginning. He really wasn't doing much in the middle. But Casey Nunez, around this time in October, the fall, the glorious time in the community when all shit rolls downhill, Casey Nunez makes his community return. And TORP makes a video welcoming him back. This is the start of bad things to come. Do you remember when Casey made his return? And do you remember that welcoming video you made to him?
Yeah, I caught hell over that from the sweet old man. What the fuck happened there? I'll never know. Sweet old man started that shit. That wasn't me. That wasn't Shay. That wasn't nobody. I said, welcome back, Casey. And sweet old man's like, where the fuck you been, you douchebag? I'm like, all right, well, fuck, sorry, dude. Didn't mean to say something nice. My bad.
Here's the oddest thing to me in this whole community, because I wish you would, that's another one I wish you would have kept up, because that video, you didn't say anything bad. You were kind of pumping up Casey's resume up until that point. He's the Psycho Hurricane. He's a legend. I'm welcoming him back. Even for some reason or another, that was the spark that started the now infamous feud of 2011 between you and Casey. That really got the meat of it going. Like, do you understand why? Because I still don't. I don't get what was in that video start anything.
Fuck no, dude. I don't know. You know Casey better than I do. That was a mystery to everybody. Casey just went off his fucking nut, smoked some organic marijuana, and fucking lost it. That's all I got. Who the fuck knows? I mean, he came up with some shit that I never even fucking heard of. And I've known him, like, 2 years, 3 years less than you have, and that shit made no fucking sense to me or any fucking buddy else. They were just like, yeah, he's back. I'm like, yeah, that's great. He's wearing a jacket. He's hating on motherfuckers. Cameo sucking his dick. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You know,
Right.
I didn't know what to fucking say. Where did this come from?
Right.
You know, I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. I mean, if it's a mystery like you say, and I agree with you, then what was the fucking point in the whole thing?
Right.
Nobody even knew what the fuck it was about. They
It
didn't.
was. It's like he came and I don't know. It was a mystery, but this is where we start getting into the dark part of the year. Sock accounts start uploading racist, mocked-up videos of Messi Maya.
Yeah.
Casey News threatens TORP to remove the Messi Maya videos he did and that the trolls have made, or, quote, there will be blood.
Well, there was never blood, number one. Number two, I knew why Casey did it because at that time, I was the target. I was the guy that everybody was talking about, so Casey knew that if he didn't bring my name up, nobody's going to give a fuck. I didn't make the fucking channel. I didn't make the fucking video. I told him that on the fucking phone. He agreed. He said, thanks for telling me, brother. No big deal. I'll find out who did. 2 days later, he makes a fucking video on fucking New Orleans channel when he still had his BP videos up. Fuck Torp, hate Torp. Torp's a fucking hater. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And then it dawned on me. You just crossed over into Casey land. It doesn't make any sense. It's never going to. Casey does what he wants. He's got followers because they're too fucking brain dead to know fucking anything else. That's what they do. So I said, I'm backing off. Casey, believe what you want. I'm done. And, you know, and I fucking chilled out for a while there. Casey kept on calling me. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your family. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Called the FBI, blah, blah, blah. I was like, fuck, Jim Riley. What are you talking about the FBI for? You ever dealt with Casey? Casey is not a psycho hurricane. When he's involved with the laws, he's just stupid. He's just dumb. I mean, he could have 500,000 views if he just keep his head out of the fucking mule's ass and beat Casey. The psycho hurricane ain't done nothing for him besides 18 fucking views on a Google Hangout that nobody gives two shits about. Casey could be real. He could be huge. He could be as big as Renetto. Renetto has never stooped to what Casey has. And look at Renetto, look at Casey, make up your own fucking mind.
Jeff Rowe making more videos and gets community around this time. On Jeff Rowe. No thoughts?
No, you hung up. Do it again.
Jeff Rowe. He starts making videos, becoming really popular, a little popular, becomes one of the regulars. What are your thoughts on Jeff Rowe, especially around this time?
All right, I'm going to say something real about Jeff Rowe. If Jeff Rowe wasn't talking about the biggest hater on YouTube, he would have no content.
Which one? You or Casey?
He doesn't do anything on his own. Jeff Rowe simply feeds off of the biggest hate, the biggest drama that's going on, and he sucks a dick when he does it. That's all he does. I'm serious, man. I've been watching this man for years, and that's all he does. He literally makes a 15-minute video, and while he's doing it, he's pushing cum out of his mouth because it's either Casey's cum, it's Kid Blood One's cum, or it's Cameo's cum. Yes, Cameo has a dick sometimes. Yes.
Damn.
I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. I mean, that's the only fucking thing that man talks about. If he does real content, he gets... Look at his fucking channel. You can't make this up. I'm going to pull a Sean Hannity. You can't make this up. He doesn't get views unless he's sucking a dick. Sorry, it's out there. I don't hate the guy, but my God, 15 views for sucking Casey's dick. I could do better than that, and I don't. If I suck Casey's dick, I'd have 400 views. I don't do it.
Well, enough about Jeff Rowe. Let's just move on, I guess. Casey Nunez, he calls for jihad on Torpino Again account after the Messi Maya videos were not removed.
Satellite interference. Do it one more time.
Okay. Casey calls for jihad on Torpino Again account after the Messy Maya videos were not removed. A flagging campaign is started.
Right. My question is, why does Casey think it was me?
Trolls.
Enough said.
How many videos did you lose because of that flagging campaign that lasted about like 2 or 3 days?
I actually didn't lose any videos on that campaign.
You put them on private, right?
Fuck no. I didn't lose anything. I didn't have to do anything.
How did you lose your Torpino Again account?
No. I know Shay's listening, and if she is, trust me, she'll comment after this thing is posted. I actually fucking did that myself. Yeah, I'm douchebag of the year for that one.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, you know, that was fucked up. I had 2 strikes on that channel, right? So now all of a sudden Google Plus comes in, and they say you want to change your name. I thought for fun, I'll change my name. For fun. Just to fuck with people. Get some laws going, some really good drama. Make cameo and everybody think they brought the channel down. So I fucking changed the name. I go back to get in. Gone. I did it myself. I had 2 strikes and killed it myself. Yeah, that was me. That was me. Yeah, that was me. Yep, douchebag of the year right there. I killed my own fucking channel.
Don't worry, we'll make it douchebag of the year award.
I'm serious, man. I fucking did that myself. I could have left everything alone and it would still be up. I only had 2 strikes. All videos were private. Blah blah blah. Let's change the name. Boom,
Yeah.
Gone.
That was really fucking dumb.
It was stupid. Well, it was stupid. I didn't know any better though. I mean, how many of us know how to navigate Google?
Yeah.
Look how long it took us to get this going.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So finally, you make your video response. You've been holding out, you've been silent. You finally make your video response to Casey, and you call him out for being a quote hypocrite in your eyes because of the whole flagging wars and whole Messy Maya stuff. And you finally had your breaking point where you're like, look, I just gotta fucking twist this head on.
Gotta love where that was going, but you cut out 3/4 of the way through.
Ha! I love it. Your internet sucks. Okay. You finally make a video response to Casey. You call him out for being a hypocrite in your eyes. Was that the point where you finally just gave up? Like you quit? You're like, not gave up, but you gave up ignoring him. You're like, I gotta attack this head on. Just get it done with.
I love the way you're ending this video because I got the perfect answer for that. Casey has never followed through with one threat he's ever made. Not one physical threat that man has ever made has been followed through with. Right. Not one. Yeah. He's threatened me quite a few times. And I'll be honest, I'll be the first to admit, the first time he threatened me, yeah, I wasn't too comfortable. Years later, I realized what I was dealing with. The same thing that Renato said. The worst thing I could have ended up with was a bicycle on my roof. If that had been the case, I got 4 fucking dogs in here and a Glock. If Casey really wants to come over here for lulz, my guess is he's a big old teddy bear and we probably have a drink. He could be 9 foot tall, it wouldn't matter. But he ever threatens my family again? He ever touches my family? He ever gets anywhere around my family with the attitude that he's got on YouTube? In all due reality, doesn't matter how tall he is. Man knows no fucking bounds when it comes to his own family. So if Casey ever wants to follow through with one of his pussy threats because he's too chicken shit to follow through with them in real life, I'll always be here for him with big man hands and give him a big old sweet hug after I throw a thug right through his fucking heart. If he wants to be cool and be a friend, I can do that too. It's his choice. We can have a beer together, or I can take him off the face of the earth. It's his choice. He has many choices. He always has. Dallas knows. I know. You know. It's good to stay friends with Casey if you really believe his threats. His threats mean nothing to me. They never have. They never will.
Okay. Well, we have like 3 more things to get to, but let's take a quick break and play one last game. It's called What a Dick. It's basically the same thing as the hoe bag, except we're doing it with guys this time. They're cool. They're cool. If they're a douchebag, dick, tell me they're a douchebag, dick, and tell me why. Ready?
Go.
First one up. Runnermouth.
Runnermouth wants to be Casey.
Okay, that's all you have to say? Dick?
No, he wants to be Casey. And that really bothers me because Runnermouth is way above Casey. He actually has content. And I don't mean content in the 2008 sense. I mean his fishing videos, his gun videos. He did some shit with his girlfriend. His shit was live and killer. It really was. It was actually worth, like Casey's BP videos. I will give that to Casey. The problem is Casey got off of it and never went back. Dallas has always tried to keep it going. But ever since he had that bad character flaw with Casey, nobody's going to ever believe that Dallas is on his own because of all that stupid fucking shit he did with Casey. And that is his demise, even knowing that Dallas, underneath, without YouTube, is actually a pretty talented motherfucker.
He showed up to your door. When
Well, if it wasn't for us, Dallas would be doing great. Enough said.
Yeah. Mr. Wobblehead.
Again, I'm going to have to go right back to that. It goes right back to Craig. Wobblehead can't do anything without Casey. Wobblehead can't do anything without Dallas. Wobblehead was never anything without somebody else. He just wasn't. He just wasn't. He just couldn't do it. He just couldn't pull it off. He tried, and he failed, but every time he got in there with Real Man or Casey or Dallas, he became somebody. I know this is going to sound like laws, and it's not. But fucking Blake, man, I mean, he just couldn't do it on his own. He just couldn't. He tried. It was hard to watch.
Craig Carson. Basically the same thing you said about Wobblehead, right?
Yeah, it is. In all honesty, I said this about T-Row about 4 years ago. Jefferson. Craig had a lot of stuff, and so did Jeffrey. That was actually good. But he got way too involved with the Underground at Night, the blog TV, all that other shit that has died since. Craig got real caught up. And when you're drunk, when you're wasted, when your fucking skull is thumping from alcohol, I'll be the last one to say you need to judge him. Craig had it going on, followed the wrong crowd. Maybe he's doing better now. I don't know. But the man could have done great. He didn't. Not without Kid Blood and Real Man. And those two, I'm very disappointed in those two, by the way, because those two guys made him what he was. They supported every fucking thing he did wrong. And that drove me fucking nuts. Because Craig had a lot of potential. He did.
Dirk. Remember, is he a dick or is he cool?
Who, Craig?
Dirk.
Oh, Dirk. I'm going to go ahead and put Dick on Dirk because Dirk went over the lines. Never apologized for it. Shane knows what I mean. Dirk is a dick for life. Dirk is a dick for life. Dirk is a dick for life. And no, the satellite is not repeating itself. Dirk is a dick for life. I hope Dirk dies. I want Dirk dead. I hope Dirk dies of AIDS, cancer, brain tumors, broken legs, gets hit by a car, gets hit by a bus, jumps off a building, accidentally thinks the tarp is waiting for him. He hits the fucking ground, the concrete, his brain splatters. His wife has to sit there and watch it and wait 20 years in turmoil because Dirk splattered all over the fucking ground. I hope his AIDS lasts for 5 years. I hope he actually has pancreatic cancer. I hope he has penis bumps. I cannot wish anything worse on Dirk. There's no words for how much I hate that man. I literally have hate in my heart for that man. Hate. H-A-T-E. Hate, 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 hate. I actually hate Dirk. Hate. That's real hate, by the way. This is not the cameo stuff. This isn't the Casey stuff. This isn't the fucking 5 years ago Dallas stuff. This isn't the Carter Kardashian fucking egg stuff. This is hate. I hate Dirk. He needs to die. The sooner the better. And whatever it is that's affecting him right now in his life, physically, it needs to get worse, and it needs to get worse quick.
Okay.
I wish that man death.
Tell us how you really feel, right?
I wish Dirk death.
Clothing optional only.
If I could say something about the brain dead, I would, but it would be unfair. That'd be like making fun of a retarded kid.
Do you remember when to add to that point, do you remember last year in the Hangout when he was trolling us and he was blocked and then he logged in from his troll account on accident?
Yeah, I remember a lot about him. I also remember the fact that he was, if not solely responsible, completely involved with the eggs. And I'll be honest with you, there are some things I cannot repeat, but I know this much to be a fact. COO, he knew no bounds on douchebaggery. And he got called out for it. And my favorite part it wasn't even me. It was his own gang. He's gone, and he needs to stay gone.
That was a classic video, by the way, when he got called out by his own people.
Yes, it was. And I enjoyed every minute of it. I actually, and I'm not going to make this up, I took my hand down. All right? You get that? He had that coming.
Jim Riley.
Jim Riley is too stupid to have a good time. That's why I'll never have a problem with him. He doesn't know what he's in. He doesn't know what he does. He doesn't give two shits. He doesn't hate anybody. He doesn't love anybody. He thinks we're all a fucking sausage fest, a circus clowns. He doesn't even know what's going on. How can you hate Jim Riley? He couldn't tell you what's going on. He doesn't pay any attention to what's going on. If he did, he'd be upset. He'd be laughing. Only thing he does is tell everybody else, hey, seriously. Seriously, you can't be mad at Jim Riley. He's like that one kid in the back of the classroom that everybody knows doesn't get it. But every once in a while, he makes the whole classroom laugh, and everybody's like, fuck it, he's harmless. He doesn't have an alliance. He doesn't have a group. He's not staged. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He gets on YouTube, and I believe this to be true when he says it. I'm here to have a good time. Everybody else is in gangs. Everybody else is in fucking war. Everybody else is having problems with privacy. Jim Riley's like, what? I just got in here with my pajamas with a fire drink and made fun of somebody. What the fuck are y'all talking about? I actually believe that about him. He's harmless because he doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, the eggs. Dicks.
I still believe that was COO. I'll always believe that until somebody can show me otherwise.
I know it wasn't. But I can't show you. It's just I know it wasn't.
Well, since you can't show me, it'll be COO. Okay. If you could show me, I'd say otherwise. But
it's COO and Dick.
I've only known two people since I've been on YouTube with that much hate in their heart. Two. COO and the Wiz Lives. With that said, the person that drives all the hate was always Dirk.
Right.
So who knows?
Card intervention.
Yeah, I definitely got problems with you. I'll be honest with you. I definitely have problems with you. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, you have to learn how to get a balance between laws on YouTube and something other than laws. I don't know what the fuck you call that. But yeah, you had a lot of fun making fun of me, making fun of my wife and all that stuff. And I got thick skin, so I never really took too much heart to it. But you did grab a little bit of hair off the back of my head back in the day. I ain't gonna lie, you did. And there's certain things that I wonder why you did them. And then after I watched you for years, I kind of got it. So I didn't really hold it against you necessarily, to be honest. But as far as you go, I can honestly say this. When you go underground, I never really pay attention to it if I think it's you. What I pay attention to is what you say above ground. That's what I pay attention to, because I think that's what everybody else is saying too. What you do above ground on these shows, in your comments, under your name, cardettention. What you do below ground, with everybody else is pretty much ignored. Pretty much. I didn't say completely, because we all got troll accounts. But what you do above ground, let's just say I respect it more than I don't. You know what I mean? I respect it more than I don't. Because you actually could be a radio show host easily. You could do it. You could be a Howard Stern, and I've said that. You know, I've been saying that for years.
Right.
What you do underground, I can't control. I would never even imagine talking to you about it, because you'd never be honest with me about it, and that's what makes it work. What I concern myself with is what I see above ground. And what that is a man with a lot of fucking talent, straight up, straightforward, pulls it out, gets people to talk, even gets me out. And you literally have a gift. A lot of these people don't. Even Renetto does not have the gift that you have. Unfortunately, he has a following since before you started, but if you had his following, they would see what I see. I'll never regret saying this. You have a solid gift above ground, and it's fucking tight, man. It's really good.
Well, thank you, Mr. Torp.
It is. Your above ground sucks. I mean, your below ground sucks. I know what you do below ground, and I'm not going to talk about that, but your above ground's what I consider myself. That's where I focus on yet, and I know it's there because I can see it every time you fucking do something. So, yeah, I just sucked a dick. Everybody knows it. I'm proud of it. I don't give two fucks. I see talent. I acknowledge it. Fuck all.
Trashiest Zero.
Yep.
Yep, that's all you got to say?
No, I said, yep, I heard you. Trashiest Zero. What can I say about Trashiest Zero? He fucked up everything that was good in 2012. Everything that was good.
Yeah.
Everything. It was gone. Even Kid Blood 1 couldn't get on here.
2012 was a horrible year for you.
It was awful, and you know what?
Is it a coincidence 2012 was a horrible year, and that was the year you won YouTuber of the Year?
I think the only reason I won 2012 YouTuber of the Year is because you had some say in that, and
No.
I'm not. Well, here's the deal.
You weren't the competition wasn't the competition was very thin that year, I will say.
Well, it was, and here's the reason why. Everybody left after the eggs, and they barely came back during TCC. And when TCC came back, Trashiest Zero, everybody left really hard because it wasn't YouTube anymore. YouTube was over.
And it took us until what, 2014 to bring it back to what it was?
It was over a year and a half before anybody could even post anything. It was ugly. It was disgusting. It was not fun. I actually believe that the TCC, Trashier to the most part, wasn't here to be a hero of hate. I believe that they were bullied as a kid in high school, hated their life, and wanted everybody else to hate their life. That's the only thing I could get from it. That was it. That was nothing else I could retrieve from that. They were so fucking nasty. And to be honest with you, that could have been you. It could have been fucking Real Man. It could have been The Wiz. We'll never know who it was, but what I know is this. You ever heard of these people that get these fucking laptops, these these PCs? They get this virus on there. They're trying to get it removed so they can play their games, get on YouTube, do some video editing. That virus is so strong that it removes everything from the computer. They can't even use it anymore. What is the point on being that hateful to where nobody wants to be involved?
Right.
Then there's no fucking point. If you want to have laws and have drama and have fun, then do that. But when these guys come out and destroy it, that's like the virus that killed the laptop. Not only is this guy not getting paid now, but we're just going to wipe out the laptop, format it, reboot it with Windows Clean again, and we'll never remember this guy or this virus ever again. That was the problem I had with everything the Trashy did. It was too strong, it was too much, and it ruined it. And now he's gone. He might come back, or she might come back.
I hope not.
If you feel, well, we don't know who the fuck it was. Some guy with a gun in a video shooting holes in his floor. I could have fucking downloaded that and put it up and made it look like it was me. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows? I mean, it's stupid.
Tennessee guy.
Are you talking about Messenger Larry?
No, the TG.
Oh,
Nasty
the
guy.
I don't think his heart could handle it, to be honest with you.
All right,
It
let's
got
get.
it got ugly, and the worst part about TG was Joe Cole.
You faked his death though.
I faked his death. How did I gotta hear this. How did I fake his death?
You were the one claiming that he died last year.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought Craig died. I thought TG died. I thought Riley died. I mean, I thought a lot of people died because they stopped making videos. Hell, we're all saying that now. Craig's dead because he doesn't make videos. I think Craig grew a brain, honestly. I think TG's daughter, which we all saw make videos for him for the longest time, I think she finally said, you know what, Dad? Just relax. Enough of this YouTube. I've heard that myself.
Tim113.
Timmy113 is the one guy I will say this about. He is the one guy that got us all. The one guy that literally got us all because he could give two shits, two fucks. He doesn't get mad. All right. I'm not hating on anybody when I say this. Casey gets mad. Carr loves his shows. Real Man Pones. Kid Blood 1 loves to do video shows. Shay joins the TCC. Torp gets fucked by the eggs. Timmy113. Nothing. Just makes fun of everybody. Never got attacked once. Nobody fucks with Timmy113. God
true.
love him. Timmy113 for the win.
Here's the question.
Fuck.
Everybody always wonders who's the puppet master of the community. Timmy113 is the puppet master.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
He is. No, he is. As much as I hate him, not in the literal sense, but in the jealous sense, it would have been so much easier for me over the last 6-7 years to make a puppet and make fun of people than it would have been to do what I did. Timmy got away with murder. He just got away with murder, and he should get the YouTube. You can't with a puppet, can you? You can't get the award for a puppet, can you?
He was nominated last year.
Did he win?
No, we did the bracket last year, and he lost in the first round.
Frankly, I think I think he's a douche, but he's a good douche. He's a good. He fucked everybody, from you to Casey, Riley. He just fucking planned it out. He just nailed it.
Now, if he did more videos like his old Cyber 9 rounder where he was way in the corner and he'd like, oh,
yeah, remember the gun? Remember the gun?
Yeah, those videos were awesome. All right, these last I saved the best four for last. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tosco.
I wanted to be Tasco in 2012. I did. He had great shades, a great haircut, beautiful teeth, and a fucking awesome looking house. Other than that, what a douche. He just played too hard for a minute, you know? Every video was a minute. I was like, Tasco, if you really got something good to say, go over a minute. He could never go over a minute, but I'll be honest with you. He fucked Kag. He had sex with Kag. I like to believe that anyway. It makes my nights better. He had sex with Kag, and he has a nice house, great shades, good-looking hair, nice teeth. He has a good-looking family, even though he can put his son up there for a while doing some weird jazzy shit with a fucking puppet. I don't know what the hell that was about. But in all honesty, I think that if it hadn't have been for him, I wouldn't have gone round and round with Pennywise. Because actually, he was the mediator for Pennywise. He was on Pennywise's side, but Pennywise always tried to make it fun for me, which is why I always have respect for the guy. But yeah, Tasco, I'm going to give him a thumbs up.
Casey Nunez.
Casey Nunez. He gets a thumbs up for lulz, but a thumbs down for humanitarian events. You don't have to be a hater, man. You don't have to fucking go outside of YouTube. You don't have to fucking threaten people, and you don't have to be an asshole to get people to watch. But for lulz, he gets a thumbs up. That's a weird mix, isn't it? Look at this. That's just a weird mix. Well, it is, because he's lost a lot of views that he could have retained if he had just been Casey. Nah.
Wiz lives.
By the way, he ever shows up in my yard, I said this about a half hour ago. he ever shows up in my yard with a problem, I got a Glock. Anyway, go with the Wiz.
Wiz lives.
I respect the Wiz lives a great deal. I do. He left. It
He's
takes
still here.
it,
He was on my show.
you know, I know, I see that he's still subscribing, but he's not involved. He left the lulls because he thinks they're garbage. And if he didn't, he'd be making videos, you know. I grew up with the Wiz Lives here. That's actually who I grew up with. Cameo, the Wiz Lives, Linda Lee, Robbie, and oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Cameo, of course. The Wiz Lives rode the coattails of Riley only because I started what Casey likes to believe he did, which was I got butt hurt on YouTube through Robbie. I blamed it on the Wiz. I got really involved with it. So I told everybody, should I call the Wiz Lives job? Which I never did, but it was laws. I said, should I call the Wiz Lives job? And of course, this I'm a junk collector said yes, and he ended up doing it. The Wiz Lives for a good reason, which is why I respect him. Will never like me again, and he has no reason to. If I hadn't have brought it up, it would have never happened.
What
The
about
Wiz
that?
Lives is actually a good man. He's actually a good man, but we went down a path we could probably never come back from. I don't know.
What about that truce you guys made a few years back that lasted a week?
Yeah, well, like I said, the Wiz Lives. This is what he has in common with everybody else. He relies too much on what he sees on YouTube, and he will never forget the day his job was called.
Right.
And I've apologized for that a million times. I didn't do it. I know who did. He knows who did. But if it hadn't have been for my big fucking mouth card, it would have never happened. A troll did it for me, and everybody knows what that's like. And so I can't blame the Wiz for being pissed off to me at this day. And God rest his wife's soul. I never had a problem with her either. I don't have an ill will towards the Wiz. I really don't. I just don't. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
And last but certainly not least, Real Man.
Fuck him.
Well, I know you got more than that to say.
Oh, sorry. No, the only reason I say that is simply because Real Man came in without knowing anything about me. Nothing. He never got to know me as a person, never got to know me as a vlogger. He went off what everybody else said, and he took that, which is one of those guys that's not independent. He only became independent after people liked how disgusting he was. He was like this anomaly of disgusting. So that's where he got his claim to fame. In order to keep that, he had to be a complete douchebag to me, and he knew that. And we all saw that. That's why he kept on using me as his puppet for years. If he hadn't used me, he'd have to use the Wiz or Casey or you. Nobody would have gave a fuck. But since he was attacking me, he got his claim to fame. He saw that. Everybody's like, get him, Real Man. Real Man. Why do you think he made Real Man pwns? You pwned TORP. You pwned TORP. And there he went. Fucking 3 years of it. So I was like, you know what? You can't do it by yourself. You need me to do it. Because if there wasn't a Real Man pwns, we would be left with the original Real Man 1 Trillion, which had nothing to do with TORP, and it sucked.
All right, who consider, because to me, the top would be the Wiz Lives, Casey Nunez, Real Man. Out of those three, who do you consider your all-time YouTube nemesis? Like, if you had TORP, it's the YouTube nemesis, his Joker. You're the Batman, who's your Joker on YouTube?
You're gonna hate me, but that was choppy as fuck. One more time.
I
know.
Right. Out of those three, who's your YouTube nemesis, basically? You're Batman, who's your Joker on YouTube? Who's your yin, who's your yang? Who's the enemy? You've had a bunch, but who is that one defining enemy, that one defining nemesis on YouTube?
Robbie.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, we've
Robbie.
seen you two went at it on the show last year, the Circle Jerk show.
Now, the reason I say Robbie is because me and Robbie took it off YouTube, and we talked like men for months. On the phone for months and months and months and months. We just went on. We talked about family, kids. We talked about mortgages, houses, sex. We talked about everything on the earth. You know, he never repeated one fucking word of that. He was a dick on YouTube, but he was never a dick in the real. and he knew more about me than Casey thinks he does, or you think you do. Robbie, actually, as much as I can't stand him as a vlogger, I would literally have a beer with the fuck. He's my joker. I know Shay's probably throwing up. I know Shay's probably just puked in her mouth, and I get that. I do. And so did Serena J.K. if she ever sees this. But the truth is, Robbie knows more about me than anybody except for Shay, and it's never popped up. What does that tell you?
Wow.
Yeah, we talked about my daughter. My daughter. He's got pictures of my daughter on his hard drive from years ago. Did he give me shit on YouTube? Did he play against me? Yep. Was he a dick? Yep. But did he take it off YouTube? Nope. I would respect Casey more if he'd done the same.
Let's wrap up the year. We only have a few more things to talk about. And getting right into it, Casey Nunez makes a drunken video dropping TORP's docs, his wife docs, and his wife's works docs. You remember this video?
Yeah, I remember that video.
What was your reaction to it?
I'm glad you asked that question. When a man has no hope left, when he's at his last wit, when he's been pwned and owned to no end, he has to resort to the family. That's the only thing he's got left. I've said this before. I got videos up still on Torpedo again. All kinds of channels where I've said this. This is not news, by the way. If Casey had to resort to threatening my family to doing what he did, he couldn't get me on his own, man to man. He had to bring my wife into it. That's why I lost respect for him. I never brought his family into it, and he has plenty of shit up there. He has all kinds of shit everywhere. When somebody gets into his family's way, he gets all fucking butthurt, all noisy, all threatening. Doesn't he? He sure does. He brought my family into it. Last resort. The TORP pwned Casey for the last 5 years. That's why he will never show up in a room that I'm in, because I got his balls in a fucking vice, and he knows it. Period. End of fucking story. Case closed. Move on.
After the after the Messy Maya videos disappear and TORP's Messy Maya videos disappear, Casey Nunez makes a quote TORP's video. This is the end of his skull, and he's the whole thing. That was him declaring that the war was over and he had won. That was the official declaration that he had won the war.
Casey?
Yes. Do you not remember the video at TORP's funeral where he had the skull and he was acting like it was your dad talking to him? And he was singing a song, "The drama tube is on your TV." You know that song? That video, rather?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I did see that.
Mm-hmm. And
that's when I realized Lacey. Did I say Lacey? I meant Casey. Casey had lost it at that point. He's the one man that's supposed to be a YouTube legend, but he can't fucking attack a man one-on-one. I talked to many people about this on YouTube. Casey is the only guy I've ever met on YouTube that has to attack a family. He can't just do it man-to-man. He thinks that that's a win. Then that's his interpretation of a win. Then I guess we're just going to have to disagree. I'll never agree with that. I know his family. He knows mine. When was the last time you saw me bring up his family? When? Never. I am not a pussy. I don't have to bring up his family. I could take him man to man. He can never take me man to man. That's why you see him bring me and my family up.
Okay. Towards the round up the end of the year, Dallas and Cardadderdention make a Christmas video telling the community to go fuck themselves. This storyline goes nowhere.
Yeah, well, for good reason. You say that every fucking week. Well, you do. I mean, God knows Dallas does. That's all Dallas ever did. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. He did it more than I did. I mean, what does that tell you? He did it more than well, he did. He did it more than I did. Dallas, every fucking other video. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, just leave or change the story. You know, I got no problem with Dallas. I never really did, other than his friend, not you, but his other one. And I was like,
who?
Casey. I never understood his fascination with Casey. I never got it. I told him that too. Why are you doing this? Why? Well, Dallas has fucking leaps and bounds over Casey, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking be in a video with Casey. I'm like, well, dude, it's your funeral, I guess.
I don't think them as friends anymore since they hate each other.
Well, you know, I'm surprised they hate each other.
It's I can tell you it's legit.
You think so?
I know so. I know so. Because I was trying to get them to be friends, to be cool with each other, and that'd be like if I was asking to be friends with you, for him to be friends with you again. There's just no way. It's to that point.
Yeah, but let's refresh the page real quick and read the first paragraph. The reason that Casey can't be friends with anymore is on him. He can't apologize for being an asshole to my family. That's on him. That's got shit to do with me. I know I was never a dick to his family. He was a dick to my family. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. I could have taken it, and I did. But he was a dick to my family. And that he's got respect for people like Renato. Renato can literally go sit on a fucking firecracker. I could get two shits that man blows up. He's that fucking stupid. He's going to rely on Casey to get his fucking career back up. Good luck with that.
All right, and the Tubi Awards that year. Casey Nunez wins YouTuber of the Year. TORP wins Most Hated and Worst Video. TORP and Casey both win Feud of the Year. So I guess you did rack up some awards. Most Hated, Worst Video, Feud of the Year. You did have a rebound the very next year. You were the opposite. You were like Most Beloved.
Yeah.
Isn't that
yeah, until I kept it real. when I started keeping it real, people hated it. People don't like real; they like drama, and drama is lies. That's why Casey won.
No, they like it when you start singing karaoke. Follow me.
Oh fuck! Follow me was fun. Don't give me
that one video of the year in 2013.
Yeah, it was fun. Fuck, you know, I did something different. Casey's got to go over there and fuck his mule over it. You know, come on. Really? I didn't mean that. You know, bad on the fuck mule remark. That's just dumb.
All right, and
you get the point.
One last question I ask at the end of the YouTube timelines. I asked it to Dallas in the 2009 timeline. I'm going to ask it to you. I want your opinion on this quote. All is fair in war, love, and lulls.
Until it gets taken off YouTube, I agree.
Torp, it was a pleasure doing business with you, taking a stroll down memory lane to the year 2011. You have any final words?
Yes, I do. Keep the laws alive. Keep the families out. Don't change a fucking thing other than that. Love you, Card. You're doing a great job.
All right, everybody. That's it. Later.